Trina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm working on a card that I actually already created in a clean and simple style for a cut it up challenge, but now I'm turning it into a shabby chic style for our anything goes challenge. So if you're seeing this video between the dates that you see on your screen, come on over and join us. The only requirement this time is that you use a die cut. So let's get started with this project. I'm using a piece of black layering cardstock. I have a white card blank. After it's folded, it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I have these honeybee gems. This is the piece that I have already embossed, but I will be going over that here in just a minute and explain why that's already done. I have the treble clef cut. I have some ribbon, lace, some scrap thread, and some polka doodles, flowers, and a little stem from that. All right, so here I am. I'm going to go ahead and emboss this piece. And again, I had done this for a challenge earlier, but this time I'm taking the piece and I am embossing it. If you'd like to see that video, I'm going to put it up in the right-hand corner so you can check that one out. So here is the piece all embossed and shiny. I'm going to go in now and I'm going to just go over these little pieces. I cut the floral shapes. Again, they're from Polka Doodles. It's listed below. And the actual stem is a print and cut from Polka Doodles. And so I'm going to be using that at the base of the treble clef. I'm just going over with a little bit of cashmere ink. And now I'm going to go over with a little bit of Blick pearl paint. I'll go ahead and put that in below too so you'll know exactly what that is. I'm just smooshing it on the flowers with my fingers just lightly around just to give it a little bit of texture and dimension. This particular paint also has a little bit of shine to it, so it adds a little bit of just shimmer to the flower. Now I'm going to come in, I'm going to spray it with a little Bow Bunny shimmer spray. I think that's really fun. I think it's called Sugar. Again, it'll be listed below. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere the embossed piece onto my black layering piece. And next, I'll go ahead and adhere that with my ATG to the card blank. Now, as I go through and I adhere this, I do put quite a few strips on because we're going to have a few layers here, so I want to make sure that it's really going to stick and stay put. I'm cutting away the little edges of this because I actually cut this lace apart to make it work. I'm going to use a little fabric tack and adhere it to the side of the front of my card. I'm just going to lay it in. And I cut those little bits away because when I lay the ribbon over, I didn't want the little bumps that would have occurred. I think this ribbon is really beautiful. It's from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I just thought it was so pretty. All right, so now we're going to come in and we're going to build up the edges of that treble clef just to get it so it lays flat, because part of it's going to be laying on the ribbon lace, part of it won't be. So I'm going to put these little bits of cereal box, a double layer, over on the parts that will be hanging off of the ribbon. Again, I cut this treble clef and I cut it at the same time I cut another one for my clean and simple card. Again, if you want to know about that card and about the treble clef and such, you'll find that listed below. All right, time to go ahead and start assembling these flowers. So I have the treble clef all glued on, and I'm going to start out by poking holes on these flowers, just sort of to find the centers of them. Then I'm going to come in and actually glue the flowers together while they are pinned. That's going to keep them centered where I like it. And I can also rotate them around, twist them around so that they fall where I want them to fall. Now I'm going to come in with my piercing tool. It happens to have a round end on it. I'm going to go ahead and just give those a little bit of a cup there before I actually glue. So here we are gluing those into place, and you can see I've got my pin there, and that just kind of holds that in as it dries. I'm using my piercing tool now to move that glue around. My piercing tool gets used for a lot of different tasks. It's probably the most overworked tool in my craft room. Right, I'm going to come in and just put that thread down, and then I'm going to lay the leaf into place and then put the flower on. I'm going to adhere all of this with some fabric tack, but I'm going to go ahead and work my flower a little bit first. So I'm using, again, my piercing tool. I'm just going around. I'm sorry the photography on that's a little fuzzy, but I just go in and sort of curl those petals. All right, I have this all glued into place, and now it's time to bring in my gem. And if you watch many of my videos, you know when the gems come out, we're pretty close to done. So I'm just going to choose the color I like and slip it right in the middle of that flower. Thanks so much for joining me. I so appreciate your time. Any comments or questions, please leave them in the box below, and I'll get back to you. No problem. Hey, have a great week, and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye.